It was the jokes. You missed quite a few jokes. So we'll have to recoup. With God we go, to spread the joy of life. We win each day the happiness of love. We count our blessings. We give thanks. We give joy. Stop the cruel. Stop the cruel. Okay, let's take a look at page 10. Next to the last page, see if there's anything on here that we can read. The die instructions. I want to die at home. Ginny Palmer's friendship. Kept the logs up to date. Did 40 blessings or rejoices every hour. Fed the animals every single day, no matter what the weather. Tammy and Madeline and Austin and Tracy, Clegg, $6,000. Glendora Vegetarian Club had cost $6,000 that time by the third year. Glendora went out of the library and never went back. The Holden family, Tony Ostrander, who worked for wildlife. When a wild animal was in trouble, they went and tried to rescue it and restore it. I'm so sorry about letting this handwriting go. That's bad. We went to Albany to help the animals, the Humane Society of the United States, to influence the legislators to vote in favor of the animals, protect them, and make people leave them alone. Kathy Marchione, the senator, she came to our church, the Reformed Church, one Sunday and sat in our service with us. Just a minute, folks, see if we can get anything out of this. Oh, I stopped going to the churches, I told you. In July. All of them. I was churched out, I told you that. This is the last page. Oh, it's so bad. I truly regret it that I let my handwriting go illegible. .com, happy, healthy, contented, empowering, and vegan. Who is .com? .com cat. A cat litter entered the tree hole, and again, the tragedy of the willow tree. 100 feet tall, 100 years old, and ruthlessly and senselessly and stupidly demolished by Christopher Carroll. Now, if I can find what jokes I told you and what jokes I haven't told you. Woman who said she just turned, on her birthday, said she just turned 23. What did her husband say? That's right, yesterday she was 32. Only one thing that kept me from going to college, what? High school? What does report cards teach a parent? You don't have to lift weights to raise a dumbbell. and the secretary who was so assiduous that she even proofread the Xerox copies, and the minister who was so religious, what? Even his contact lenses were stained glass. I'm pretty sure I told you all those. Why did the bunny rabbit want to be changed into a goon in the next 24 hours? So he could be here today and goon tomorrow? And the artist who said, "I love your colors." She was in the artist's studio and she says, "I love your colors. I wish I could take them home with me." And he said, "You will, ma'am. You're sitting on my brushes." And the boy who rushed into the house and says, "Grandma, Grandma, I dropped my lunch bag on the driveway and Dad backed the car over it." Grandma says, "That's Wheels on Meals." Man who was upset his fourth daughter getting married. Why? "My first daughter married a man from Singleton, New Hampshire, and they had one child. My second daughter married a man from Twin Oaks, Missouri, and they had 2 children. My third daughter married a man from Three Rivers, Michigan, and they had 3 children. So why are you upset about your fourth daughter?" "She's going with a guy from the Thousand Islands." And it was at the church, and there was a rummage sale, and a woman said, "You see that room over there, that little room over there?" The minister said, "Yes." She said, "I sold everything in that room." He said, "That's the cloakroom." Okay, maybe those I repeated for you. I can't tell which were which, of course. But maybe now you can pass them on to somebody else. The woman who said, "I have the most delicious recipe for casserole." I simply mention it, and my husband says, "Let's eat out." Humboldt Park in Buffalo, there's a park spelled H-U-M, Humboldt, B-O-L-D-T. What did you learn in Sunday school this morning? Jesus sneaked through Humboldt Park. Mother to Sunday school teacher, "What was the lesson this morning?" Sunday school teacher, "Jesus had a meek and humble heart." Jesus had a meek and humble heart. And the woman who had the group of people meet in the same room in the same month, every month rather, in the same room, and they came one night, "It looked so nice. What have you done to make this room look better?" "New draperies?" "No." "New wallpaper?" "No." "New carpeting?" "No." "Why does this room look so much better?" "I took down the ironing board." A Hollywood extra who got a speaking part in a movie. The scene was a detective would say to him, "Did you see this woman drink this cup of coffee?" And he was supposed to say, "I did." And he went home and he rehearsed all the different ways you could say, "I did. I did. I did. I did." Came time to shoot the scene. "Did you see this woman drink this cup of coffee?" And he says, "Did I?" There are so many labor-saving devices on the market today. You have to work all your life to pay for them. And why do fish live in fresh water? Because pepper makes them sneeze. I think that we made it. I think we did the documentary for the year 2015, and next Sunday it'll be the documentary for last year, 2016. And then we'll finish it with half of 2017. It's important. The history of a chat with Glendora is the same, is parallel to the history of public access TV, the grand institution. The grand institution, where the networks, NBC, the worst one, and RCA, where they stole the public's airways, took the public's airways away from them, and sold billions in commercials and ads. And the public couldn't get on NBC, ABC, or CBS. You couldn't get on. You didn't get to the public to speak to them. And then cable TV came along with its multiple channel capacity. And people like George Stoney and many others agitated Congress to make sure the public had some channels. And so we do have public access channels. PEG is public access, that's P. E is educational, and G is government for the town council meetings, and education for the schools. And we had it, and we have it, and we have had it, and it's strong. People are still doing it. And I know people for 45 years working in public access TV. The great American institution. And A Chat with Glendora is the longest running public access television show worldwide. I think that we have done our job, and we've done what our conscience has told us to do. Thank you, JVC, for filling in. Not only does the canon not tell you that the SD card is full, but it goes right on giving you a picture so you think it is making video. However, there are solutions to all of those little glitches. Let's get these hats out of the way so we won't put our foot on top of them. Breathe on us, breath of God, and we will be alert to live with God the perfect life and never harm nor hurt. You can't make it with God if you go on hurting these animals and paying your money for people to do it. You're never going to make it. You're never going to have the peace. Breathe on us, breath of God, until our hearts are pure, until our will is one with God, to do and to enjoy. A Chat with Glendora on May the 21st, 2017, Anno Domini. And what time is it? About 9 o'clock. And now let's go do the Facebook jokes for Sunday and Monday. Hi there, folks. It's Glendora, the Chief Executive Officer of the company. Said, "How long have you worked for this company, young man?" And the young man said, 2 years, sir. "And how much money do you make a week, young man?" $200, sir. "Well," said the Chief Executive Officer, "I've been watching your progress and I'm very pleased with it. And so, starting at the first of the year, I'm going to make you a Vice President in charge of marketing. And you will be paid $50,000 a year." "Oh, gee, thanks,
You have reached the maximum time
Dad.
permitted for recording your personal greeting. If you are satisfied with your greeting, press pound. If you would like to re-record your greeting, press star. To to replay your personal option. To turn message waiting indicator on or off, press 1. To change administrative options, press 2. To record greetings, press greetings. To change it, to select a standard, your greeting has been at the tone. Record your greeting. At the end of your greeting, press pound.
Okay, let's start over again, folks. The chief executive officer of the company said, "How long have you been working here, young man?" "2 years, sir." "And how much money do you make a week?" $200, sir." "Well, I've been watching your progress," said the chief executive officer, "and I think you are doing well, and starting the first of the year, I'm making you vice president of marketing, and you will get $50,000 a year." "Gee, thanks, Dad."
If you are satisfied with your greeting, press pound.
Hey folks, how are you this morning on the 22nd of May? We have some reading to do. We have a note here from our friendly electric company, National Grid, located in London. I think King George III, you're getting your colonies back. The invasion isn't an army of redcoats. It's several armies of greenbacks. They take over our companies. Know the signs of a gas leak outdoors. If you smell gas and see a white cloudy mist, bubbles in standing water, and or hear a hissing, roaring, or whistling sound, it could be a gas leak. Don't hesitate. Leave the area and call 1-800-892-2345. Well, now the Happy House 3 is all electric. I don't like gas. Reminds me of that joke, the man jumped out of the airplane and he pulled the parachute cord and it didn't open, and as he plummeting to the earth, another man is coming up from the earth. He said, "Hey, do you know anything about parachutes?" And the man coming up from the earth says, "No, do you know anything about gas stoves?" Maintain safe distance from electric lines. Yeah. Oh yeah, do that, folks. Safeguard yourself and your family by being mindful of overhead. We have a great overhead here. Power lines when you are working or playing outdoors. If you see a downed power line, keep everyone away and contact us immediately at 1-800-867-5222. Always assume electric lines are energized. Whoa! Yeah. And if you see somebody's been downed by electricity, if you try to help them, does the electricity go into your body? When working and playing outdoors, keep a safe distance. Never build a treehouse or place any equipment under or near power lines. Visit National Grid US.com. Okay, that's a couple good things to know. Use app to report outages online. No thanks. Innovation Garage opens in Troy. A co-working space and something for something economy companies. The Troy Innovation Garage is now up and running downtown. National Grid was among the representatives present during the ribbon cutting event in March. Thanks to a Main Street grant, National Grid gave the business $50,000, woo, to help offset the cost of renovations of HVAC, what's that, folks? Systems, helping to reduce energy consumption. Visit ournationalgrid.com to learn more about this and other programs in your area. I didn't catch that at all, did you? What's it about? Can you explain it to me? Okay. Thank you. I always say for you at reading time the announcement about the woman who died at 117 years old, right, honey? Was that it? 117, yes. And her name was Susie. The world's oldest living person, Miss Susie. I can tell you her last name if you'd like to know. Mushat, Mushat Jones. Miss Susie Mushat Jones. And she lived in Brooklyn. And they planted a tree. I always like to tell you about that. Okay, that one's going to be filed away. This one we'll keep for next reading. Breathe on us, breath of God. Fill us with life anew, that we may love as thou dost love, and do as thou wouldst do. bestfriends.org. Maxine Bogash. I think she made a donation to the Albany Vegan Network in the name of Glendora for Glendora's birthday. Isn't that lovely? And here are some of her other animal health people she helps. Breathe I'm sorry, the magnifier won't read it. Now that goes into the file. $30-day, no contracts, 30-day money back. Easy steps. I think that this is Chart of Communications. No, now it's called Spectrum. I think I'll file that away. Right? Okay. Here are some words. Alert, on time, on the watch, vigilant. I want to be on time, on the watch, and vigilant as far as helping you and everybody else, and being one, and being selfless. Wide awake, brisk, nimble, lively, prompt, ready, elementary, canal, tubular, food, carrying, passage, extending from the mouth to the anus. Keep it working right. No animal products. Fruit and vegetables and nuts and whole grains. All American, exclusively American. Allege, to declare as if under oath, to state positively but without proof. Allege, to assert without proof but with readiness or ability to produce proof. Adduce is to bring forward evidence for what has been alleged. Advance is to propose for acceptance. Allegiance. My allegiance is to the oneness, the universe, God, you, everybody else, to being helpful and kind and harmless and appreciative and joyful. Allegory. A series of actions symbolic of other actions. A prolonged metaphor. Alleviate, lighten or lessen physical or mental troubles. Now that applies to the animals too. Leave the animals alone, let them be. To lighten or lessen physical or mental troubles. To mitigate, to assuage, to allay. Alliance, connection for mutual advantage. That's what the whole universe is. We're all connected. Better than that, we're all one. We're all a unified whole. For mutual advantage of what? The universe, our universe. For mutual advantage, our job to keep it going and growing in our little area related to the whole grand universe. And think how big it is and how many of us there are. And we're so tiny and so minuscule. But we know exactly what to do. Keep the universe going and growing. Do good. Elocution, a hortatory or authoritative address, such as you hear at a graduation ceremony. I wonder if Austin heard one as he was graduated from Northeastern University May 5th in Boston, Mass. Castleton Public Library calendar. Computer help. Learn the basics of computer use in a one-on-one setting. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Jennifer Feltz is the owner and publisher of Our Town magazine. And she deserves so much credit. And here's her telephone number and her email address. And we must, tomorrow when Gregory Washburn comes, we'll write the jokes. She prints Glendora jokes every month, Jennifer Feltz. Distribution 21,000. Keep that out. Okay. Soul. James Dixon, when I asked him what is the soul, he went to the internet and he looked it up on Google. The principle of the feeling, thought, and action in humans. So what is the principle? What is the thought? What is the action in humans? What is it? Being one. Working together. Keeping the universe going and growing. Regarded as a distinct entity separate from the body and commonly held to be separate in existence from the body. The spiritual part of humans as distinct from the physical part. Well, there's something there to think about. So we'll keep that out. Okay, we have to telephone now. That's a daily ministry. And we have a new method of telephoning. I'll tell you about it in just a second. This is more definitions of the soul. When you hear the term soul and spirit, what comes to your mind? Many believe that these words mean something invisible and immortal that exists inside us. They think that at death, this invisible part leaves the body and lives on. Since this belief is so widespread, many are surprised to learn that it is not at all what the Bible teaches. What then is the soul, and what is the spirit according to God's Word? What is the soul? It is the God that is inside of you, and it is continuous with the God that's inside of everybody. The soul is a God that's inside of you, and we know what the God is inside of you. It's a unified universe, complete and one and continuous, of which we are some of it. And our job is to By helping others and doing good things, we keep the universe going and growing. That is what the soul is. What is the conscience? It is the voice of the soul. Okay, so I was going to tell you about this new telephoning method. It gets harder and harder for me to see the index cards. These. See, these are the cards that I call a person's name and number. And it's hard for me to read these now. And it's hard for me to read the telephone. The great, wonderful, exciting, grand smartphone. It's very hard for me to read those little numbers. And sometimes it takes me 10 times before I can dial a number. So thanks to voice dial, my friends come and enter the name and the number on the phone. And thanks to voice dial, I can call Google and say, call Robert Jackson. And they do all the dialing. So instead of taking these cards with me and going through them each day, like this is tomorrow's Tuesday. No, this is Monday's today. Instead of taking these cards and going through each one till they're all done, I put the names on a card, just the names. And then I look at those names, I go outdoors. First of all, you don't get a good signal from here. And I go outdoors and I look at the name and I see, does that person have to be called today? If not, you go on to the next one. And that one does have to be called, so you call that one. And so the eye strain is gone. Thank you for that, others. Thank you, others, for that. Okay. We will resume our reading. Here's something from Philly Cam. We don't have to do anything with that. They're hopeless. They don't know how to do public access TV. They cannot cablecast a DVD that 45 other cable systems in the United States cablecast routinely every week. And DCTV, you're in that class too. You're no good as a public access operator. You don't have the spirit of public access. Here's a doggy. With a few simple steps, gardeners can create stunning wildlife habitats. Oh, that's nice. This is a card from Brenda Roy. And it has a very interesting message for you on it. And the day came when God said what this world could use, that this world could use some extra sunshine, and that is when He created you. Now here are repairmen. How much you think I should pay to have that old gas stove taken out of here, taken out of the garage? Computer expert, cleanouts, specializing in residential and commercial cleanups, attics, basements, garages, estates, insured, simple solution, call Mark, 283-6527, since 1999. Okay, we will do that. Why do fish live in salt water? Pepper makes them sneeze. And a man had a calculator with a built-in memory, and he picked it up one day and turned it on, and the calculator said, "What about yesterday when you're trying to balance your checking account and you slammed me down on the table?" All right, on to the telephoning. See what good we can do. Excuse me. Breathe on us, breath of God, until our hearts are pure, until our will is one with God, to do and to endure.
30.
James Dixon, Manhattan.
I gotta listen to that joke again. You'll see the male the chambers making $200 a week, and the executive said, "I'm going to give you an advance in another position," but I missed the last part of it about how much more he would make.
The young man said, "Thank you, Dad."
Let me call you back.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To send a reply
Can you see
message, press
7?
8. To save it, press 9. Message erased. Next message.
Glendora, the last part was cut off. He said, "I'm going to make you an executive in marketing," and
Thank
the
you,
amount
Dad.
he was getting paid was not clear. It was cut off.
I got it, James
16,
Dixon.
How much a year?
He really works hard at these jokes.
Joke. Call me back at 212 to tell me what the how much he was paid at the end of the year for the new.
Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Gloria and Helen. Just calling to check on you. It was 1 week ago today. We went to the Tulip Festival together. So we're just wondering if you're okay. Talk to you later.
Oh, it's very nice, Gloria. Yes, I will call
End of
you.
message. To erase to listen to your messages, press 1.
No.
You have pressed an incorrect key. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send it, press 2. To change your personal options, press 4. To listen to your voice messages, press 2. First voice message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Gloria and Helen. Just calling to check.
To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press 2.
This doesn't have to be
change
this
your personal
hard.
options, press. To listen to your voice messages, press 2. To listen to the message, first voice message.
Hi, Glendora. It's
Message erased. Next message.
Glendora, it's Diane. Thought I'd give you a call before I got busy doing something else. I was outside when you called. I can update you on a few things, so if you want to give me a call back, it's 6:15 right now, so.
Oh, thank you, Diane Bingham.
So, give me a call. Thanks. Bye.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's about Barbara and Richard Mooney. And also about Anita Crandall. They've all disappeared.
Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Brenda. Sorry we missed your call. We were at a wedding. I'm home. We'll be going to bed soon. Maybe I'll talk to you tonight or sometime this week. Okay. Bye.
Brenda and Terry Roy.
Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Sue. I've gotten your messages. I've just been very busy. Had a really busy weekend. So I'm sure I can find a Panucci recipe. Are you making the Panucci? And
I could type 3 pages for you. I'm booked every day this week. So I don't, we're going back to work just changed the whole picture. I'm about to get in the shower now because I've got to get up to the office. All right, so give me a call back. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Sue Casey.
Message erased. End of new messages.
Oh, goody.
To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press...
Folks, it seems to me that we could pick a day. You could pick a day when you think you'll die. Pick any day. And you come to that day and you haven't died. Then you can start life all over again. Lucent magazine. It's fun to look at, isn't it? Came out in the fall of 2016. Oh, that's nice. There's going to be a chat with Glendora story in another magazine soon. American Vegan Magazine. I think it would be nice, while you're looking at that, to say the 10 Commandments. Love God. Oh, telephone.
Call from Blakeman.
More than you love anything else. Okay, I'll be right back, folks. So, Glendora, you made 22 calls today, and you're upset because somebody called you back. That was Sandy Blakeman, and their daughter, Alyssa, has just finished 4 years of college in Asheville, North Carolina. And she's a bachelor's degree. Listen. Love God more than you love anything else. That's the first commandment. Second, don't make anything in your life more important than God. Third commandment, always say God's name with love and respect. Fourth commandment, honor the Lord by resting on the 7th day of the week. Fifth commandment, love and respect your mom and dad. Now let's wait a second and think about those. Six, never hurt anyone. See that? That's the animals. Never hurt anyone. Stop eating meat. 7, always be faithful to your husband and wife. 8, don't take anything that isn't yours. 9, always tell the truth. 10, be happy with what you have. Don't wish for others, people's things. Glendora Vesta Folsom Buell, 45A, Elm Street, Nassau, New York, 12123. upon donor's death, please call 518-262-5378. In case of emergency, please notify Sandra Blakeman, 72 Cold Water Tavern Road, East Nassau, New York, 12082, 518-7866-2733. She's the one who just called. This is the Albany Medical College Anatomical Gift Program. This is the donor card, and we have to carry it with us. I just called Karen White there today. She liked to joke today. Why do fish live in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze. So there's a very classy donor card. This one's from Bay Area Video Coalition. That would be public access TV in the city of San Francisco. Dear Glendora, thank you so much for your generous gift of $50 to Bay Area Video Coalition. (5013C). You're welcome. Thank you for cablecasting the Chat with Glendora message in the San Francisco City area. The message of love and joy and happiness and oneness and allness and continuity and peace and attainment and richness and glory. The glory is to others. It's never to ourselves. The glory is to others, not to the self. Behold, I do new things. And now they shall spring forth. Dear Glendora, thank you for sending the magazine with the interesting and well-written, see that, Ellen Dooley? Profile of you. I read it twice. I treasure you and friendship and am happy to be a fellow FOLSOM. Love in Christ, Rose FOLSOM from Silver Spring, Maryland. Okay, folks, this one says Happy Easter. Let's look inside of it. Glendora, wishing you an Easter that's full of little moments to make you smile. Hugs, Brenda and Terry Roy. Oh, aren't they nice? Did you get any mail.com? I remember when you used to get fan mail. See the pretty flowers. Thank you, camera, for passing on that beautiful picture. Let's look inside. Dear Glendora, may you be filled with the joy of the Lord on this happy and bright Easter day. Wishing you a blessed Easter, dear friend and SS Glendora fan, Wayne Collins in Pittsfield. It's turned out to be a very pleasant and enjoyable friendship. Good morning, folks, on May the 23rd, 2017, Anno Domini. Lucent, alumni, American International College. That's a very nice cover. And this young lady believes in the art of conversation, that you talk to people and you listen to people. You are right, young lady, and I do that all day long. Well, let's say I do it on the phone for many hours a day, and then I'm available the rest of the day if anybody wants to. All righty. Now, my dear friends, this is a vegan starter kit. It's put out for Compassion Over Killing. Go to their website if you'd like and get yourself started on being a vegetarian, and someday you'll graduate to being a vegan. And then you will have peace. Or let's put it this way, you can't have peace unless. Okay? The whys and the hows. Vegetarian eating. Again, Compassion Over Killing. Or just go to the internet anywhere and look up vegetarian starter kits or vegan starter kits. Okie dokie. Now this is a what is it? Excuse me, I'll have to look at it on the magnifier. It's recipes, and it too was put out by Compassion Over Killing. I'd just go to their website and see the free literature that they have to help you become the person you want to be and to stop the agony against the animals. Okie doke. I think it is so clever how Bobby Reno, who was a fan of A Chat with Glendora when she was 8 and 9 years old, excuse me, wrong show, who was a fan of the SS Glendora. And her famous quote is, Glendora taught us that we girls could grow up to be captains of a spaceship. And I never thought of it that way, because I never took any notice as to gender. And all of the shows around me at that time in the 1950s and 60s were male hosts. And Glendora was the first female host. Well, that's not true. There was Ding Dong School. Yeah, and Romper Room. But for this type of a show, a local TV show in an area such as Albany, Troy, Schenectady, the only hostess of the children's show was female. But anyway, Bobby makes these Christmas cards. She goes onto the internet and finds out all these things about Glendora, and then she composes a Christmas card. Bobby Reno in East Greenbush. Now here's another one. She found this on the internet. This is from TV Guide. TV Guide used to list all of the television programs locally and nationally, and it was put out by Triangle Publications in Philadelphia, which I think was the Philadelphia, it wasn't the Bulletin, what was it? But it had its day, folks. Now the rest of the things to show you, I have to read to you off of the great big magnifier. Hold on, we'll set up the tripod.
Hi, Glendora, it's Sandy. We're just back from North Carolina. We've got our Alyssa. She made a beautiful graduate, and ceremony was wonderful. The whole trip was wonderful. And we're back in New York State where they have cell phone reception. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Isn't that wonderful? Alyssa is a Bachelor of Arts.
To erase this message, press 7. To send a reply message, press 8. To skip, press 9. To hear more options, press 0. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press 2. You have pressed an incorrect key. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a first voice message.
Hi, Glendora, it's Sandy. We're just back from North Carolina. We've got our Alyssa. She made a beautiful graduate, and ceremony was wonderful. The whole trip was wonderful. And we're back in New York State.
It's a big accomplishment for a
Message
parent.
saved. Message erased. End of messages. To listen to your messages, press 1.
Benny said my wife and I had words, but I didn't get to use mine.
Then I made 2 runs of scrap metal. I went to the scrap yard for 2 trips. I got rid of 2 loads of metal.
Well, good.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of stuff. My brother's got the big roll-off dumpster there, and he has all these old metal car parts, and he's throwing them in the dumpster, and it doesn't make any sense to throw it out because you can get paid money for the metal. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, when I made made $35, I guess, a little bit. So.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, we're going to start up the 1980 Lincoln.
Just on the old scrap metal there. So yeah, it was a big job. So I got it done before it started raining yesterday. A little bit. So.
The 1993 would fit in here nicely, can't you see that, folks? But the trouble is, you'd have to back it in, but you have to do it every 2 weeks, and it's not worth it. I had this practically all cleared out, and you can see how quickly junk accumulated. We got to get rid of this stove, that gas stove. There's my friend Gregory, Washburn. Aren't they beautiful, the trees? Aren't they lovely? The greenery, the grass. Oh, how I love it, I love it, I love it. Don't you? I still remember your majesty. I still remember you 100 feet tall. I still remember you 100 years old. You great, wonderful, weeping willow tree. I remember you way up into the sky. I will never forget you. Maybe you will start new shoots and start over again, which is an awful thing to ask of a tree 100 years old.
There you go. That's it. That's all you need. That's about it right there. All right, I think that should do it. So, don't take too much. So. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you, Eddie, for going over it with engine black, but it looks awful black.
Yeah, I'll start up. Yeah, it looks like. Looks like somebody painted it, but yeah.
Yeah, Eddie did.
A little bit.
After I burned it, after I burned the
Okay,
gas in the breather.
yeah, it looks alright. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Just like that. Just like that. The windshield still work? Now it sounds funny, folks, but you wait. It'll be sounding just as smooth as can be after it has a chance to wake up. You see that shed over there? Well, you won't see it in about a month. It'll be covered with trumpet vine. Completely covered. There goes the 1980. Haha. The 1980 Lincoln Continental Mark VI. What? Yes, it's all three of them. 1980 Lincoln Continental Mark VI. Gregory keeps them going for me. $300,000 miles. 351 Windsor. 12 inches shorter than the 1979 Lincoln. Oh, Greg, the the whole back end of the cover blew off. The front end stayed on, but the whole back end blew right off,
Oh,
right,
really?
right to the ground.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that's how severe the wind was.
Yeah. That's something.
The twin tree was all sprouted out. I wish they hadn't done it. And they cut off all those new limbs. You never should have done it. Who did it? Christopher Carroll, probably. With God we go to spread the joy of life. We win each day the happiness of love. We count our blessings, we give thanks, we give joy. Stop the cruel, oh, stop the cruel. It'd do all right without a garage, I think. Those are 2 budge covers. And we have a 3rd one. Greg, should we put on the 3rd budge cover?
Well, I don't think it's really necessary right now.
I agree.
But yeah, I don't think so. But at least it's nice. It's nice and it's like dry and sunny right now here. Anyway, that's nice.
Budge 5.
You just needed a little tiny bit of just a little tiny bit of gas there just to get it to kick over there. Just a little bit.
Now that engine's bigger, it's 400 something. This is a 1993 Lincoln town car. It's such a pleasure to get into these cars. When you get into these little dinky cars, you can't get your feet in, you can't get your knees in. Breathe on us, breath of God, fill us with life anew, that we may love as thou dost love, and do as thou wouldst do. All the machinery on a door of a Lincoln. On that driver's door, all the machinery that's going on inside of it. Want to go over and see that engine?
Yeah, just gotta move them. That'll be good to. Good if we could trim the grass a little bit, but
Well, it's as big as the other one, isn't it? Woo! After 2 weeks. Now, why doesn't the 1980 start up like that?
well, I don't know. It's like, well, it just had more stuff done to it, I guess.
Well, it's newer.
Yeah,
It's younger. It's younger.
A little bit younger.
It's 13 years younger. Here's your new battery, Greg. $150. Oh, it sounds good. You keep the leaves out. Greg, can we have that table up here, dear?
What's that?
Have that table up here.
Oh, sure.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Yeah, it's a little bit drier now anyway, so yeah, it rained a lot before.
Want to go for a ride? It's a lovely ride. Every 2 weeks. Not really. May 2nd, May 2nd to May 22nd, 23rd. That's
Yeah, there's the
Oh, that's-
garbage truck.
3 weeks.
So do you want to face park it there, but facing this way, or the?
What'd you say, Greg?
You want me to put the 1980 here, like what, facing this way, I guess? Or
Yeah.
just back it over.
Yeah.
Or?
Would you ride him up and down the driveway so I can get a good picture of
Yeah,
him?
sure. Yeah, I could do that. All right. So.
I might as well show you Wisconsin weeping willow. William, Wisconsin willow. He is doing vibrantly. It would behoove you, Gregory, no, Eric, to clean up your yard. The crocuses did not come up, Pat. But look at him. Look at him. And he's not even a year old. Look at him. He started nicely. Thank you, Eddie. I set him on fire. But isn't he beautiful? Wow. That's Gregory's green truck, which is a sweetie pie. It's a Chevrolet. You can't even hear him, can you? Why don't you sell them? Sell a friend? Oh, we couldn't do that. We couldn't sell a friend. They've been such good friends all these years. Okay, folks, I'm sorry we have to have such a dark picture when reading from the magnificent magnifier, but the lights glare out the magnifier. Let's see if that will work. Good news, my bank says. Good news. You've got a new credit card. You've got a chip. Exciting news. Kinderhook Bank. This, turn this off and it will refocus automatically. It's a marvelous gift. Thank you. Lorin Teachout, Steventown Public Library, and Nassau Free Library. This was up in the attic, and she got it to me. So what's this all about, folks? A chip. Anyway, we had to throw away the old card. With God we go to spread the joy of life. We win each day the happiness of love. We count our blessings. We give thanks. We give joy. Stop the cruel. Stop the cruel. Now, a four-pronged approach to saving the planet and animals. And it's a fork. And who put it out? Oh, little baby chick with the things they do to them. And the hens and the turkeys. TryVeg.com. TryVeg, VEG.com. By choosing plant-based foods, each of us can help fight global warming while also fighting animal abuse. Well, see little chickens, oh, what they do to them, and the cows and pigs and horses. So we have to stop it. Now, in support of that, here is a list of vegetarian foods. These are meat analogs. They're all made from grain or soy. They are delicious. The taste you will enjoy, the texture, and the fact that it is so filling and so satisfying. I get mine from the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Schenectady through my friend Timothy Owen and his wife Charlotte. And on May 12th, last Friday, my order came in and it was about $120. And I give Timothy $6 for the gasoline because he comes all the way over here from Guilderland. And my friend Gloria Haight, who lives, H-A-I-G-H-T, who lives, who goes to Seventh-day Adventist Church, Kinderhook, she placed a big order, or I placed it for her. She was surprised it was so big. Hers was $130. Okay, let's go. Cedar Lake Veggie turkey. Light is not good. Hold on, folks. The magnifier can't work with the light. Morningstar Farms chicken patties. You like those. Morningstar Farms grillers. And if you can't get Fry Pats, which is the best vegetarian hamburger there is, get Morningstar Farms Grillers Original. They're made by the same company. Morningstar Farms sausage, they're good. Sausage links. Worthington burger roast. Is that the same as the vegetable roast? The vegetable roast is great. I'm going to take it to the potluck of the Glendora Vegetarian Club next Wednesday, May 31st. at the Social Hall, St. Mary's Church, where we're going to have Mary Lawrence, an imported speaker from Hartford, Connecticut, teach us about veganism. She owns a company called Well on Wheels, where she serves vegan meals to those who don't have time to prepare them. I wish we had such an outfit here. Worthington Fry Pats, that's the best vegetarian hamburger there is. Worthington Leanies, that's the best vegetarian hot dog there is. Are they vegan? No. But they would be if they'd leave out the egg whites. Worthington Prosage Roll. I don't care for that myself. Worthington Steaklets. I think in June, folks, the last Wednesday of June, the last Wednesday of July, the last Wednesday of August, the last Wednesday of September, I think I'll have a cookout right here at the Happy House, 45A Elm Street, on the banks of the Valatia Kill. An expansive backyard, beautiful, loaded with trees, and then there's a trolley line that goes right behind our property. It was discontinued in 1929, but the bed is still there, and it's a lovely path. And it's a clear corridor of the blue sky, when the sky is blue. When these planes don't come and spit out that poison, that goo that takes away our blue. So I think we'll have we'll have hot dogs and hamburgers, and I think one day we'll have steaklets, and then I think another month we will have Amy's no cheese pizza, delicious. Worthington smoked turkey roll, we've got one of those in the freezers, and Worthington wham, it's ham, it tastes just like ham. But no animal was agonized. Canned foods. Worthington chili, I give that a C. Worthington chocolates, I give that a C. Worthington fry chick, I give that a B. One thing they didn't mention here was the Worthington chick, you know, it's a chicken and it's has a coating on it, a bread coating. What do you call them? Those are delicious, and those you can get at any supermarket. Only it's Morningstar Farms. Worthington is the Seventh Day Hospital, so forth, health food name. Morningstar Farms is a commercial name, but it's the same factory. In fact, the bacon, which is called Stripples for Worthington Foods, and Morningstar Farms breakfast strips, they're actually the same, and they're going to discontinue Stripples because it's just a different box. Worthington saucettes, no, I don't recommend them. Worthington scallops, I give that a B, but they're good deep fried. Worthington super links, I give that a B. Worthington vegetarian steaks. I don't know much about those. We'll have to order that. Worthington vegetarian steaks, okay. Worthington vegetarian burger. No, I give that a B. Worthington Vegelinks, I give that an A. They aren't as good as linkettes, but they're good. There's one they didn't get in there. Chicken nuggets is the one I was trying to think of. Chicken nuggets. There's one that didn't get in there. Crumbles. It's a meal starter. It's like the hamburger you put in macaroni and sauce. Or you put it in hash. But it's crumbles. It's a meal starter. Loma Linda Big Franks. Absolutely vegan. Loma Linda Linkettes. I don't like them, but .com, that's her favorite. And they are vegan. Loma Linda Little Links. I am not familiar with those. Loma Linda Tender Bits. Yes, it's a pork substitute. You can do anything with it that you would with a poor pig all cut up into pieces. Loma Linda Tender Rounds. Yes, they're like meatballs. Cedar Lake. Green pecan patties. No. Cedar Lake beef patties. I would think no. I've never had them, but Cedar Lake chicken patties. I've never had them. But the Morningstar Farm chicken patties would be the leader, I would think, on that. And chicken and Cedar Lake dinner steaks. I don't know, maybe we'll have to try that next month. Okay, now the prices are not friendly at all. However, the nutrition is there, the satisfying of your appetite is there, the health is there, and the conscience of not putting your money down to agonize animals. You will never have peace without it. Stopping it. Now what is this, pals? The Friends of Animals. Vegan Restaurant Guide 2016 for New York City. You don't have any problem in New York City getting vegan food. Albany is getting a little better. There's a Cafe Madison on Madison Avenue, has a vegan menu. There's Burger and Wolf. I think there's a couple others. I would look up the Albany Vegan Network. Albany Vegan Network. Albany Vegan Network. Well, what do you know? Here's a bunch of jokes that were put in the FOLSOM Bulletin. I am a FOLSOM. Glendora Vesta FOLSOM Buell. My husband is a Buell. And my husband sends down $2,500 a month from heaven. And the Folsom Family Association is very strong. They meet in a different city all over the United States once a year in July. And they have such a good time. And they put out the Folsom Bulletin. And in the Folsom Bulletins is a feature called Glendora's Corner. Let's see what the jokes are. Oh, we've got to change this. We got to change their introduction. We've got to update it. It's pretty old. In the post office, a lady was mailing a package, and the clerk says, "Anything here that's breakable?" And the little old lady said, "Yes, the 10 Commandments." One dad said about summer camp that it cost me $1,000 to send my daughter to summer camp so that she could bring home a 50-cent pot holder. This year the family is trying something different. They're sending the dog to summer camp and they're sending the kids to obedience school. The most popular summer camp and the most reliable and the least expensive is called Camp Grandma. The doctor said take one of these pills every day, walk a mile a day, and at the end of the month, call me. And at the end of the month, the patient called and he says, hey doc, what do I do now? I'm out of pills and 30 miles from home. A policeman stopped a motorist for no taillight, and the motorist looked behind and he began to shiver and shake and cry. Excuse me. And the policeman said, it's not that bad, you just don't have a taillight. And the motorist said, where is my wife and trailer? We have just a few more notices to read to you. And I'll get up and drink some water. Breathe on us, breath of God, fill us with life anew, that we may love as God does love, and do as thou wouldst do. Whatever this virus is in the throat came aboard on Friday. May 19th. And who gave it to me? The Whitestone Cafe, the Ghent Post Office, or my friend Brianna? Where did I get it? And it's the first virus type, cold type thing, sore throat. It's the first one in 2 winters. I went through 2 complete winters, 2017 and 2016. And no head cold. And then this in May. Texaco annual meeting. No more. That was the last one. They were bought by Chevron. Nassau Free Library, we are grateful for your donation to the Nassau Free Library. Contribution of $100 cash. A total of $1,400 to the Nassau Free Library. And it's signed by Susan Forte. Okie dokie. Now, words. Words are so important and so much fun. The English language is precise. And you study these words and you get them into your soul and into your heart and into your mind. And by the way, what is the heart? What is the soul? What is the mind? What is thought? And they help you so much in your relationship with the grand universe. The whole, the cosmos, the oneness that we are. We're not separate little pieces. We're all one together. And that constitutes the universe. And we are working to keep the universe going and growing and making it better. Alternative. Choice of 2 things, one of which must be chosen. Alternative means exactly what it says. You have one or the other. You don't have more than two. You've got to choose one of them. Choice offers a selection by which compulsion is not there. In a choice, you don't have any compulsion. Now, and it's of two or more things. Election is an emphasis on the selective element in making a choice. You see how those words differ by nuance, but you see how accurate they are? So an election emphasizes the selective element in making a choice. Option stresses still further the liberty of choice. Nice words, huh? That's your whole life. You make these choices. The election and the option. And preference is the desire or predilection pertaining to the act of choosing. Preference. Nice, huh? Dad, I got 100 in school today. Well, it's about time. In what? 50 in spelling and 50 in arithmetic. And people in Manhattan have an interesting way of making a long story short. They interrupt you. Benny said my wife and I had words, but I didn't get a chance to use mine. Did your dad die a natural death? The woman was asked, and she said, no, he had a doctor. And a man named Harry said, my daughter keeps looking for the perfect guy to marry, but I tell her, stop the search, honey, your mother got the last one. Now, how do you pronounce it, the traveler said to the native. Hawaii or Hawaii? And the native says, Hawaii. And the traveler says, thank you. And the native says, you're welcome. And do you know the law of public speaking? The Sunoco law of public speaking? If you don't strike oil in 10 minutes, stop drilling. breathe on us breath of God, until our hearts are pure, until our will is one with God, to do and to enjoy. What number program is this, Glendora? I don't know. It's something like 11,550, something in there in that neighborhood. Thank you, JVC Camcorder. Want to go for a ride? It's a lovely ride. Every 2 weeks. Not really. May 2nd, May 2nd to May 22nd, 23rd. That's
Yeah, there's the
no, that's
garbage truck.
3 weeks.
So do you want to face park it there, but facing this way, or the?
What'd you say, Greg?
You want me to put the 1980 here, like what, facing this way, I guess? Or
Yeah.
just back it over?
Yeah.
Or?
Would you ride him up and down the driveway so I can get a good picture of
Yeah,
him?
sure. Yeah, I could do that. All right. So.
I might as well show you Wisconsin weeping willow. William, Wisconsin willow. He is doing vibrantly. It would behoove you, Gregory, no, Eric, to clean up your yard. The crocuses did not come up, Pat. But look at him. Look at him. And he's not even a year old. Look at him. He start nicely. Thank you, Eddie. I set him on fire. But isn't he beautiful? Wow. That's Gregory's green truck, which is a sweetie pie. It's a Chevrolet. You can't even hear him, can you? Why don't you sell them? Sell a friend? Oh, we couldn't do that. We couldn't sell a friend. They've been such good friends all these years. It would make a nice still picture. Which, his and hers Lincolns. The 1993 is Franklin's. The 1980 is Glendora's. No, we don't do things like that, remember? We're together, we're one. Greggy's making footage for his camera. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny little brook. You can't see it, but it's across that lawn. Goes behind the garage and goes into the glacier kill down there. And it comes under the road from the lake, from the factory up here, the abandoned factory. Hi, little birdie. You have lots of food up there. I feed them way up in the woods there. Little station, little bird station. Oh, I just thought of something.
Is this good right here, you think?
Yeah, Gregory. I just thought of something. My nephew Ralph Edward Folsom has quite a few old cars. He's got Corvettes. He's got 5. He's got 5 old cars.
Oh, yeah.
And he told me to put a plank under each wheel. Could you do that?
Oh, yeah.
He told me to put a plank of wood under each wheel.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay.
I think that's perfect the way you positioned it. Gregory put a plank under each wheel, and you positioned it perfectly. 1980 Lincoln Continental Mark VI Signature Series. (1993) Lincoln Town Car. Thank you, camcorder, for showing this to people. Let me go help him put on the covers.
And 800 pounds of scrap, but you only get like maybe $20-$25 for it. That's
Really?
Yeah, that's all you get.
So you got 35?
Yeah, $35. That's about it. Which is better than nothing anyway.
Yeah, it is. Did you have to go far with it?
No, just down to Poughkeepsie to a yard in Poughkeepsie they got and
They give you $35 cash?
yeah, they give you cash and all that, but still it's like you feel like you're giving it like a lot of, because I guess the steel prices are down right now. I guess that's what they said. So yeah, that's the way it's going now.
Well, at least you feel good that you got it out of the house, right?
Yeah, got it out of the dumpster we had, and because we have a
His house was bought at auction for $90,000.
we have a big dumpster with the big dumpster with all the big metal pieces in it. It doesn't make sense to pay to get rid of the metal and all that. So it doesn't make sense.
Now it's your turn, 1993, to be back into the garage. Thank you very much, Mace Kolodny, for loaning us the garage. He loans it to us, folks. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, you want it back in the garage, I guess. I'll put it in the garage, right? All right.
Yes. Yes. What should our next job be? Well, I think you should do all the outdoor work first and not get stuck by the rain the way you did the last time Gregory was here. Do all the outdoor... Okay, so what would be next? The museum, I guess. He handles these cars so well, folks. And the shed that I worked so hard clearing out, 28 pieces, and took them all up to the curb. Remember, I worked so hard on that, and it was given to somebody else. Well, that's good. It was given to Morgan for his motorcycle.
Okay, but yeah,
Disconnect the negative terminal.
it runs pretty good. So yeah, it starts right up and heats up and yeah, everything's running on it. So everything runs. So yeah, it's good. So it's pretty good. So
Gregory put about 30 pieces of wood up in that loft. There's no way to approach it except by ladder.
Okay.
Folks, I forgot to video what we did in the museum.
Okay.
Oh, Gregory went from columns 29 through columns 20. 6 drawers in each column. And he wrote down on paper what the contents was. Copied the labels. And the drawers that were questionable, we opened up and looked. There were no mice visits. And we took out the 8mm camera and gave it to Greg. We discarded 2 DVD player recorders.
All right, we're ready. Okay.
We brought over the winter jackets and brought the Happy House 3. We bought the summer jackets. Why, it is just as trim and neat, and the rows all stand up, the columns all stand up at attention and salute. And I didn't video it. What time is it, Greg?
Oh, it's about 10 minutes to 6, I guess.
And we're going to Walmart now to make photos and do some shopping and get some vegan ice cream.
So, yeah, just in the red. I went over the red, and I picked one of this, and I'm not sure if you want one of that either or not. But from the
Yes.
side, but you want one of that or okay, and then let's see, cut your head off. Put your head, cut your head off there. Yeah, I can't fix that. Okay.
Cashier 2, you need back to your register.
These we put in the boxes of DVDs returned by TV stations so the boxes won't crush. I'm dazzled by it. The number of products.